In the Venezuelan capital, few are venturing out. Streets remained largely empty, save for lineups seen at the grocery stores that remained open and modest waits at some gas stations, as a sense of unease settles in. I tried to stay calm because I have small children, she says, but she admits the uncertainty makes her anxious. In the hours after the U.S. military's explosive operation to capture Nicolas Maduro and bring him to a New York City court on narco-terrorism and conspiracy charges, the deposed leader projected defiance.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Saying Happy New Year in front of the U.S. government social media teams capturing his every step. Defiance shared by his remaining supporters back home. In a televised address, the defense minister accused the U.S. of violating and breaching Venezuela's sovereignty, announcing Delcy Rodriguez, Maduro's vice president, is now in charge. He also rejected Donald Trump's assertion the U.S. is taking control.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
Trump is ratcheting up the pressure, directly threatening Venezuela's new leader, telling the news outlet The Atlantic, if she doesn't do what's right, she is going to pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro.
And so we expect to see more compliance and cooperation than we were previously receiving.
In a series of interviews, the U.S. Secretary of State suggested the Trump administration won't directly lead Venezuela. Instead, he says the U.S. will use its resources to try to pressure Venezuela into adopting policy changes, including stopping the flow of illegal drugs, pushing American adversaries out of the country, and allowing U.S. companies into Venezuela's oil industry.
And the goal of the policy is to see changes in Venezuela that are beneficial to the United States, first and foremost, because that's who we work for, but also, we believe, beneficial for the people of Venezuela.
The mission and its aftermath dividing U.S. lawmakers. Some accuse Trump of waging an illegal operation.
Maduro's a horrible, horrible person, but you don't treat lawlessness with other lawlessness, and that's what's happened here. When America tries to do regime change and nation building in this way, the American people pay the price in both blood and in dollars.
Trump is broadly dismissing all criticism, saying this is different than American interventions in the past because he says Venezuela is like a neighbor. He is demanding full access to everything in the country, telling reporters on board Air Force One that the U.S. is in charge, which contradicts what his Secretary of State suggested hours earlier.
And Katie, Trump is making it clear tonight his ambitions go beyond Venezuela.
Yeah, Ian, Trump made remarkable comments again, insisting the U.S. needs Greenland for national security reasons and that Denmark isn't able to protect the territory. And he said an operation in Colombia sounds like a good idea to him.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
Trump also says you have to do something with Mexico, that it needs to get its act together, though he walked back threats against Cuba, saying he thinks it will fall on his own. Trump is putting the world on notice. He is ready to act.
Katie Simpson in Washington. Operation Absolute Resolve, as this U.S. mission was called, was meticulously planned and abruptly carried out. And tonight, new details are emerging. Nicolas Maduro and his wife were taken from this military base in Caracas. Satellite images show significant damage done to some of the buildings, the result of that swift military attack to get Maduro into custody. The CIA had been monitoring the Venezuelan president's movements for months, learning where he went and when, including, according to American media, through someone close to him. U.S. forces even built a mock-up of Maduro's safe house to practice on. In the end, the entire operation took about 2 hours and 20 minutes, ending with Maduro en route to the United States, first by helicopter, then ship, then plane. World leaders are now calling for international law and the will of the Venezuelan people to be respected, including today those in Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Spain, and Uruguay, who all expressed concern about the U.S. military action. In a joint statement, they said such actions set an extremely dangerous precedent for regional peace and security and for the rules-based international order, in addition to endangering the civilian population. We reiterate that the situation in Venezuela must be resolved exclusively by peaceful means.